Howdy folks, welcome back to Shallow Pockets Acres. This week the deer have been eating just about everything that's growing up here. Right there's the little sassafras tree they took the top out of. Right there's pokeweed that they ate the top out of. Over there's some small blackberry bushes that they took the tops off of about all of them. Pretty much everywhere that the buckwheat come up. Right here's one. There's some buckwheat that they ate this week. And all right through here they've took the tops off of the buckwheat. There's a couple more pokeberry bushes right there. Just about all this buckwheat out through here. They've hit. And what little clover I do have, right in here something was eating on it pretty hard. This is one of my Bluegill wildlife trees that I planted. It's the son of cow crabapple, and it's grew from there. I guess it's grew from there, which is probably about a good foot on it. If it's not a foot, it's pretty close. I'll just walk over here to this one. This one's put on. It's put on over a foot, but it's got too many tops trying to compete there. We're gonna have to trim some of that out of it this fall, winter. That apple over there ain't doing, it's growing, but it ain't doing as good as the rest of them are. That one there's got some weeds in with it. It's got a pokeweed up about as high as it is. The chestnuts over that way are doing really good, I think. Walk over here to this one apple that I trimmed off. See how it's doing. It's still growing, I guess. It ain't growing very much though. It's still got green leaves on it, so. And it's trying to put out some more branches. But if it don't start putting on more growth, I don't know whether this new growth will survive the winter or not. Right there's a tie chestnut along with the oak tree growing together. And then back there's another tie chestnut. That's one sweet crab apple from Mother Forest. I don't know if we can see. Can't really see the other one back there. They're doing pretty good. Most of the blueberries are done. I don't see any here close by. I don't feel like walking back to the trees back in the back, so walk down here to these ones down front and be back with you when I get down there. I don't know how good they're showing up. My Dunstan chestnuts, they don't look real good. Still got the dead branches hanging from the cicadas. Buckwheat growing down in here, it don't look like the deer are eating it as much, but it's not as tall as what is up there closer to the cabin. Which just down here I think was planted a week later than that up there, so give it another week and they might be eating it too. And the hazelnut bush with the top stung on it too. Another one of the Blue Hills nursery trees. Turning point crab apple, and it's got close to 2 foot new growth on it. It's doing real good. My poor pear tree that the deer had to eat on. I need to get a wire fence around it. Haven't got around to doing that yet. You gotta come over here and look at my Walmart apple tree, which it ain't looking real healthy. I see one lonely apple up there. There was more on it. There's another one. There's another one. But it kind of looks like it needs sprayed. But I'm not spraying it. They're planted for the wildlife, and if they make it, they make it, and if they don't, they don't. Kind of looks like I need to come back through here with the brush cutter blade and trim some stuff up out of here. We got a little buckwheat coming through right this, but right there and there's some blueberries. I don't know if you can, but they're awful small. So I guess there's a few blueberries left yet, but not very many. This is the first, and the only reason they've survived is probably because they're in there with that chestnut tree. But those are the first blackberries that I've seen on the property, because the deer always seem to eat the plants when they're small. Had some that actually escaped the deer. We got some of our swamp white oaks cleared out and new cages put around them. I did have chicken wire around them, but the deer were smashing the top of the chicken wire, which it's sitting right there. I don't know how well you can see it, but they were smashing it down trying to get at the blackberry bushes and other stuff that was growing in around them. So we put some 4-foot fencing around them. There's 3 of the swamp white oaks. And then I cleaned right around this red oak that my one granddaughter started from seed to 1 year. And all of these have been in the ground now 3 or 4 years, and I figured it was time to get cleaned out around them, because they ought to be about ready to bolt about next year. So next couple of years they ought to take off. It's another swamp white oak, and there should be one here. There's one down in there I need to get cut out yet, but this is how they looked before I cut them out. And this one's got a little bigger birch trees in with it. And I didn't have a big enough set of clippers with me today. I was doing them to cut these ones out, so I stopped where I stopped at. And we need to get this one cut out yet, and some other stuff. Black rat snake. We're gonna shoo him off the road here so he don't get run over. Get him in there off the road a little bit. Don't want to see him get run over.